Today I'm going to show you how to make a very simple paper rose, which looks just like this. Really, really easy. First of all, you need to take some pattern paper and cut out a small square. You turn that over, draw yourself a spiral, okay, and then cut around the spiral, cut into it. You don't have to worry about being very neat. That's what I love about this. All the way through into the centre, and then once you get to the centre you come back out and you do a wiggly cut. You can get different flower effects depending on what sort of pattern you use to come back out with. I just started playing with this today, so okay, so you end up with that, which is the yellow flower that they were making. So with this piece I like to scrunch it up a little bit just to give it a little bit more texture as you're coming along. Okay, so that's what we're starting with, and we're going to need something to help us wind the flower on, so I'm just using toothpicks, and you also need a hot glue gun for this part here, so I'll put a little bit of hot glue onto the end of the toothpick. Let's get rid of that bit. Okay. And then starting at the outside, put our toothpick on, wind that over. Okay. And then you start to roll it up. All the way down. Okay, it doesn't look like much like a flower at the moment, but what you can do is that you sort of unwind a little bit by turning the toothpick, and then you can push the back there, and then to hold it in place, just another bit of hot glue at the back. Okay. Now, I know that it's a bit springy like this, so to solve that problem what I've done is just put a bit of hot glue down onto the mat, and then just using a spare toothpick, just picking a little bit up on the end and then poking it down. Sorry, I'm out of focus here a little bit, and then just poke that down in between the petals, and pushing them together to hold that sort of in, just to keep it a bit stable. You might need to do that a couple of times around. So just a couple of pieces here and there. If you tuck it in between, nobody really sees the glue. Okay, so there we are with it intact. And the other little thing that I like to do too is down along the bottom, just taking a little bit of that pattern paper that we use for the flower and just cutting out a little bit of a circle shape, giving that a bit of a scrunch, and then piercing that with the toothpick in the middle. And adding a little bit of hot glue to the base underneath. and then pushing that up onto the rest of the flower, and that'll also help keep it in place. Okay, so there you have it, little paper rose. And here are some of the other ones that I've made a bit earlier. That one I've just changed the petals a little bit, so a little bit of manoeuvring as you go along. Here's a bigger one, and here's one where I didn't sort of do the wonky edge, it was more of a straight edge as well, so a little bit more like a rolled flower. Okay, so happy flower making, guys.